In today's lecture, we will cover the following topics related to HTML. First, inserting images in web page. That means how to insert the images in a web page, isn't it? The second topic we will cover, list in HTML. That means how we can create the list in HTML. Third topic we will cover, tables in HTML, and the fourth will be anchor tag in HTML. We will learn more options related to these four and the attributes related to these four topics. So let's start. Suppose there is a situation like this. We want to insert an image in a web page or in a website for our purpose. So what will be the procedure for inserting an image in a web page? How we can practically implement this? You have seen many more images in a web page while accessing through any browser, isn't it? So this is the time to learn how we can insert such images in our web page. So we have to start with the HTML tag. Okay, so we will start our program with the HTML tag, and there is a particular tag for it, that is img src. Right, we will make the body, we will start with the HTML, but there is a particular tag for it that is called as img src. Right, you have to write it like, because HTML is a case insensitive, that means you can put small or capital whatever you want, but this tag is for inserting a picture in the web page or a website. You have to remember this tag, right? So how we can do this with the help of what will be the practical procedure for it, we will see. So as I have told you earlier, we have to make a HTML, we have to make the body, then we will start with img src, then we have to provide the path of the image which we want to insert, right? For example, if you want to insert an image which is from the web browser, you can download it and have the path, or you can make a image or insert an image which is present inside your computer system memory. Just you have to go there, you have to right click on that, you have to go with the properties, isn't it? As you can see, so we will go to the, and we will, what we will do, we will we will get the location from it, right? And then we will copy it, right? Okay, then we can see, we can copy the path here. Okay, now we have to provide the name of the image which you want. For example, in our case, the name is what? My pic, right? Now we have to go with the extension. For example, if it is a JPG file, so you have to put the extension like this. If it's a PNG file, you will put like this. So in my case, there is a JPG image, so I will go with it. One thing you have to remember, you have to mention the complete path, right? Where you have stored your image. Now we can see the web browser. Okay, this is my image which I want to insert on my web page. Okay, it's looking very good, very beautiful. You can have many more pictures you can insert like this. So this is my web page, and here this is the picture which I inserted, right? Okay, so for example, if we take the case we want to just print the message with the picture, so what we will do, we will go at the top with the img src and we will print just a small message with the picture, whatever you want to print. For example, I have typed here, hello, this is a beautiful pic. I am using a br tag. Br tag is for for enter. For example, if we will not use the br tag, that is br for break. So it will break picture and the text, right, in new line format. That means hello will be in one line and the picture will be in another line. So you can see when we refresh the screen, you can see the line. We will scroll down, then we will see hello, this is a beautiful pic, and there are the images there, isn't it? Okay, so now it's the time we can set the image settings now, as the picture is very big in size. But if we want the picture should be small, or we can change the size with the particular attribute which is having with this img src. So what we will do, we will go to the img src and we will type there height, height. Height is equals to whatever you want image size should be, and then you can also give the width to that picture. For example, if I give width is equals to 50 here, see how the image which was in a full screen, you can see now the image will be transferred to the small image now. See how beautiful it is, and the whole picture is there. We have not to scroll down to see the picture, right? If you want to, that picture is so small, so you can increase the size as you want, isn't it? So this is the choice up to you, what size you want to the picture. You again save the file, you refresh your web page, and you can see the picture is there. Like if you want the picture should be more height, like 250 to 1000, we can put like this, or 500, or you can put any parameter to it, right? You have put 500 to the height and 250 to the width, so it will be like, you can scroll it down and to see like this. This is your picture. So in this manner you can change the height and width both of the picture, right, isn't it? So this is the img src tag you have to always and always remember, right? For example, if you want to print the message after the pic, you can use that. You have to just type the message, you have to put the br statement for the break statement for that, and you will, after the img src or before the text, you will put br tag. Br tag is what? Br tag is for breaking the line, right? So you can see now, if I refresh the screen, hello, this is a beautiful pic, I like the pic, right? So this is beautiful text with a beautiful picture, isn't it? You can try it at home with your PCs, with your laptops, with your mobile. So try it. It looks very beautiful whenever we do the practical part of the img src, isn't it? So let's continue with the next. So for example, the first what we were doing with the help of that a particular picture is there, and we are inserting the particular picture at the particular location, isn't it? So we saw that we can alter the picture, we can alter the height of the picture, we can alter the width of the picture. Then next, what we want to do, that is a list in HTML for web pages, right? What is the list in HTML? Why we require the list in HTML? A list in HTML means whenever you see a web page, there are unordered lists with bullets like this, there are the options, or when you see the ordered list which is present like in a 1 2 3 4 format, whether it is in a bulleted form or whether it is in a ordered form, there can be ordered list with the numbers like 1 2 3 4. You can see when you go to the web pages through the web browsers, and you will see the different types of these lists are available in your web browsers for different purposes, isn't it? We can see different types of lists in different web browsers, in different websites. So when we want to create these types of lists, whether it is unordered or ordered, we can use the following syntax for it. As you can see on the screen, we have to start with ul when we talk about an unordered list. When we are talking about ordered list, we have to start with ol, isn't it? So this is the practical implication of that. We will start with what we have already learned, that ol for the ordered list and ul for the unordered list. Li is you have to put everywhere, whether it is for ol, whether it's for ul. Li for list, right? So li, for example, we want to create a list. So what we will do, we will start with ul and then we will start with li, and after the closing you have to close with ul and you have to close with, every time you have to close with li, right? So what you will do for creating an unordered list, you will see, for example, if I give the name, fruit names, orange, mango, and I want these lists should be display in a web page like the list, but it should be in a unordered list. So I have to put starting with the ul and end with the ul, right? If I create like this, so what will be the output? See whether it will be given in a ordered list or unordered list. Yes, it is an unordered list, but the list should not be like this. List should be in a new line format. So what we have to do here, you also make some errors in your web page to see whether what is happening. See, one thing you always remember, that make the errors while writing the program. More the errors, more will be clarity of the topic. Isn't it clear? So I have put BR. So we will see what is happening there now, right? So we will run the program and we will see whether it is there or not. So it's not there. So now what we will see, we will do li in every line to check whether now the program is right or wrong. So we will do with li now, and we will put li before every word, that is every fruit, orange, mango and apple. So if I start with li, I have to close with li as well. So you have to remember this. Every tag, some tags are there, as I have told you in previous lecture, in previous video, that some tags are there who need not use the closings, but some tags have to close to cancel the effect of the previous. So we have to close it again. So we will run the program and we will see we have make one more mistake. We can see that. So we will run it. Okay, we have make the mistake. Clear? See what the mistake is there. We will again go to the program. In the first, where we have make the first list orange, starting with the orange, we have not ended with the slash. That's the reason I'm again and again telling you that the code must be closed where it is required. So I have to close this tag li. Now I will again save the program and I will run the program and see the effects, whether it's true now. Yes, it's done. And with the, now I want a label with the list. So where I put inside the ul statement, a ul tag, I will put the under that. So ul, then I will press enter and I will type a message for for this particular list, right? So what is the that line? List of fruits. So now if I run the program, I save the program. Every time you have to save the program and refresh the screen, I can see the label will be there with the list. So this is the type of unordered list. By default, you always remember that unordered list will give you the bullets. Now if you want to change the bullets from for example circle or any square shape, so there is a one attribute called as type. You have to type the type is equals to circle or square, whatever you want. You will save the program, you will again refresh the web page, and you will see the output will be like whole circles there. Before the output it was bullets. In this way you can change the program. Okay, we will start with a fresh screen. Okay, so we have completed our unordered list, right? Now the fresh screen is like, isn't it? It's more clear and more visible to you now. Very good. Okay, now this is about your unordered list. What about ordered list? So we have to start with what we have already learned, that We can copy paste it as it is just to change with OL, isn't it? So we will paste it here. This is a smart work everyone has to do with when it's related to computer. So OL and list is the same. Okay, OL we have to change. Here we can't use type is equals to circle. We will just go with the default one, then we will change it, right? So we will save the file, we will refresh the screen or refresh the web browser. You can see very good. This is looking very beautiful now. List of fruits in a unordered, list of fruits in a ordered. Isn't it clear? This is more clear now, right? Now if I want the changes like I have made in unordered list, I want to change the OL should be now in my ordered list should be something different than 1 2 3. So I can start with the, for example, Roman, Roman or alphabet, small alphabet, capital alphabet. So I started with the Roman typing, so it started with I. You can put a start mark as well with the attribute, right? So we can change this OL again with, you can change it if you want to change. So you can change the type here with any alphabet you want. Now if you want the nesting of list, so what we will do? We will do like we are doing loops, nested loops. Like in HTML, what we will do for nesting, we will put simply the UL or OL inside the UL, right? So if the first UL is started, for which label I have to nest, I will put the UL under that. So for example, I want how many types of apples are there. For example, green apple and red apple. So I will put UL again, I will put li close, then I will put li, then red apple, and I will save the program and I will see what is the result. Yes, it's working and it's looking very good, like we are in an actual web page, right? You practice at home, believe me, it's very interesting. In the similar manner, for the OL list, that is ordered list, we can also make changes like A, B, as I already told you. So we will save it and we will again run the program and we will see, right, ABC is there, right? We will again nest the program here for the nested list. So what we will go to the OL after last, that is apple. So we will, for example, we will do here something different. We will say before we have the types, we will say for example, red apples again, and then the green apples, right? So we will put li again and we will put the green apple again. Now the difference is what? Before, what we change is the unordered. That means what we put, that is type circle. So circle is for the all. Now we are putting here what? Red apple and green apple in an ordered list. Now you can change it. You can make it very clear with the help of indents that this is a nesting. It doesn't affect your program. It's just for the user readability, isn't it? We can put here inside OL again the type you want. You can change the type again. So first of all, we will save it and then we will see what. See, by default it will give me the 1 2 because by default it's numeric. Now if you want to change it, what we will do then, we will go again to the source code. We can say it is a source program or a source code. So we will go to the OL, we will say type is equals to, it's very easy, is equals to, and what we want, we start with the A and we will say type is equals to A. Now we will again save the program, we will refresh the screen and we will see, yes, this is very good. So A, B, red apple, green apple, isn't it? Is that clear to you? So this is the list formation. In this way you can make more lists, whatever you want for your web pages, for your website, right? So this is the basic concepts of list which we are using with the help of HTML. We can make many more lists, we can nest many more lists like this, right? Hope you have understand this point, hope you have learned these concepts, right? So do the practicals after completing this lecture yourself to become the more aware about these lists, right? So see, for example, we can again nest the list, right? We can again nest the list like this. When you are making a tree, subtrees and subtrees, you can make the list like this wherever you want. You just start with the OL or UL and put the LI tag inside and close the LI tag. So if I am talking about green apple, so green apples from the outside India or from inside India, and now I run the program, I can see the whole thing. What you have to remember, that proper opening, proper closing should be there. See how beautiful it is looking. Apple is there, then apple has two categories, then green apple is from outside India and from India, isn't it? So this is very easy. Believe me, if you try it many more times, you try it and make many more programs related to lists. So this is all about the concept of lists. So when we talk about the tables in HTML, that means the data is present in rows and columns, right? So when we want the data should be in rows and columns, we put them in a table. As you can see on the screen, what is written there, we have already mentioned that the HTML tables arrange the data like text, image, links, etc. into rows and columns. That means it puts all the data in row and column format, right? As you maybe have seen tables in MS Word, for MS Office or MS Word or any other package or a software. When we talk about HTML tables, we can create them with the help of three different tags, that is table, TR and TD. So table is a starting point, TR is for row, and TD is for the actual data, whatever you want to put. So these three things you have to learn, right? Without these three things, we can't do the tables. So let's start the practical, how we can insert or how we can put a table in a web page, or how we can represent the data in a tabular form in a web page. So we have to start in normally, like we are starting with HTML, we are starting with the body. If you want head or title, you can put, but I'm skipping because we have already learned about that. So we have to concentrate on tables. So table is the starting point, then we will say TR for the row formation and TD for the data we want to insert. For example, if you want the data like the names of a person, or you can put anything, so I am putting ABC. So as I have told earlier, that the tag you are starting, you have to close the tag, isn't it? You have to close the tag. So TD, then the closing again. So we are putting name and like roll number you can say, or number, anything you can say. So we are closing it. Now we will close the table portion, then we will close the body, then we will close the HTML, and we will save the file and see what will be the result, whether it will form a table or not. Yes, it's somewhere in a rows and columns format, but it is not perfectly. So what we have to do, we have to click on table and we have to type a attribute with the table, that is border, and we will put the size for the border is equals to 1. Right, now we will save the program, we will refresh the screen, our IMG HTML screen, right? So see, the tabular form is there, isn't it? Is that clear? So just you have to go with the table tag, with the TR and tail. The proper alignment must be there. It should not be TD first then TR. First you have to make the TR, that is row. So I have changed the size. See, the shadow will be now there because I have increased the width of the border, right? That's the reason the width is increased. I have mentioned the 10 size there, so I will again choose for the 1, and this is the table, right? Now you can modify the table, you can make many more rows there. So again I have to start with what? I have already started with table, so now I have to start only with the TR, then the TD, again the same procedure for the all, So again the next value or next name, again the TD closing, then we will do with the TD again, then we will put a value for the second, isn't it? In the similar manner, we will close the TD, then we have to close the TR at the end. Table we have already closed, so we will not again use that. So we will save the program and we will again see the changes, whether the changes are reflected in web browser or not. We will again refresh the, yes, very beautiful this table is, isn't it? It looks awesome. Very good. Okay, when we go to the again to the screen, and we will see we have already seen table border is equals to 1, and we have again seen the values with the TR, the values with the TD. Now if you want the third row, we can put in this table also. By what? Okay, we will erase this TH first, and we will go with the third row, right? Okay, we have to delete this first. We will not go with the this. Okay, we will use TR again for the third row. There are the two rows only. We will go with this. So we will type what here, TT for the third, right? For example, this is a marks, right? Okay, now the next row is TR again starting, so we will put again the marks for the, for example, marks, or you can put a value here. So there is a one row ABC 180 and second row XYZ 278, right? This should be like this. Yes, it's perfectly all right. So you can put like this for rows or columns. The data is shown here in a rows or columns. So number of rows you want to increase, you have to mention that number of TRs, and inside data how many columns you want to increase, you have to put TD, the number of TDs, right? For example, if there is a 4 by 4, so 4 columns are there, so how many columns are, how many TDs will be there? 4. And how many TR starting? There will be 4. So this is the concept of tables. Now there are some attributes which are related to the tables which you have to learn, right? These are very important attributes. You must do it while doing the practicals. So first one is table border, as we have already done. The second one is border color, right, as you can see on the screen with the syntax. Then third is cell spacing. Cell spacing, border color is name indicates that the color of the border is, right. Cell spacing is a space between the cells, right? How much space you want to give the cells between them, right? That one thing is there. There is again, you always remember this. Don't confuse yourself with cell spacing and cell padding. Cell padding is different and cell spacing is different. While doing the practicals, you must be aware about that. Cell padding is the distance between a cell border and the cell contents, right? Syntax is the same. You can put the values for it. We will do the practicals. Then the background is there. If you want to give the background image, you can put the URL, that is uniform resource locator, isn't it? Or then table, then the background and the path, right? These are the practicals which we have to do right today. So keep watching the whole video. It's very important for you people who are very interestingly going with the HTML programming, right? So BG color is for the background color. If you want to give the color to the table as you are giving in other applications, you want to give them practically in the programming. Now as we have already learned height and width in the IMG SRC, here also in tables we can change the height and width of the table as well. So these are the some attributes which you have to always and always remember whenever you do the practicals for the tables. So whether it's PG color, whether it's height, whether it's cell padding, all the things must be clear before doing the practicals. Okay, one more thing is there, row span and column span attribute of table tag. It's also very important while for the many projects or big applications. row spanning is nothing, but spanning basically is what? It is a stretching a cell over a multiple row or a column is referred as spanning. As you can see on the screen, two or more adjacent rows can be combined together to form a single row using the row span. And if you want for the column, then you use the column span. That's it, right? You can say non-technically, you can say when you combine the two cells to form a one cell, right? That is called as, technically you can say that's called as row. Now if you go the practicals, we can see border is equal to 3. So we have changed the border. We will see the other options also. Border color is equals to red, and we will save the program. We will refresh the screen side by side and we will see how beautiful it is. Very good. Hope you are doing the practicals as well, and it's very interesting. So table border is equal to 3, border color is red. Now we will give the other option which we have already studied. What we have studied next? We have studied border, we have studied border color. Now we will see cell spacing is equals to, we will mention here 10, and in the similar manner cell padding is equals to 10. See what is the effect. We will save the program again, source program, and we will refresh the screen. So you will refresh the screen and you can see this is the output. See how beautiful it is. If before you have not learned the concept, if you will able to see the screen and you will not able to do practicals, so what is the fun then? Okay, so we have provided the table border, we have provided the border cell. We will delete the cell padding. See what is the, as I have already told you, don't confuse yourself with the cell padding and the cell spacing. Cell padding is the content, content with the border. Now cell spacing is the spacing between the cells, right? So you will do yourself, then you can be more clear. So I will put BG color is equals to, for example, blue. See, I will save the program again and I will refresh the program and I will see, yes, very good. This is a blue color with the, a red border. I have already given the red border color, right? So this is the BG color. Now if I want BG color is green, I will save. You can try out with the many more colors, many more beautiful colors, many more combination of colors, right? So this is called table border 3, border color red, cell spacing 10, and BG color is equals to green, right? Now we have more options to do. Now we will see the height and the width. We have already saw that there is a height and width with related to the table, so we will see that also. So height is equals to, if I give the height is equals to, for example, 100, width 200, so it will be what? 100 by 1:2 ratio, right? It will be the rectangle. Very good. It's very beautiful. Now this is the table with the attributes. Now for example, if you want to increase the more visibility with the heading, so what we have to do, always remember that we will start with TR before the starting of your all the rows. We will not put TD, we will put TH here, and we will see, yes, the heading is there, right? Now we will go with the all columns. We are not using TD. Remember this, for using a heading we will not use TD, we will use TH, that is table heading. Alright, it will automatically acknowledge it that it is a table heading. So we will put inside the TR, we will close the TR. Now we will close the TH first and we will save the program, and then we will refresh the web browser and we will see our tab.html is showing with the heading. It looks more amazing now, isn't it? Very good. Now we will go with the more options over there. The next option which we have learned, that is the for background. If you want the background for the table, that means if you want any image for the table or any GIF file for the table, so what we have to do, like IMG-SRC, we require the complete path of the pic, right? We require the complete path of the pic. So we will save the and we will use the file which we have used for IMG SRC. See, very good. The picture is there, but the table is small, so that the picture is not adjusted over there. So what we will do, either we will increase the size of your table, or we will take the picture which is small. So what we will do first, we will go with the table, and what we will do, see, we will, where we have to change, make the changes, we will make the changes in the height and width for for that image to be there. So we will make the changes for the height and the width. So we will make change here. We will put here, instead of putting 100 we will put 400, and instead of 200 we will put 500. So it will be 4 by 5, and see, if I refresh the screen, I can see the picture more clear now. If I increase the size more, the picture will be enabled there, right? This is that picture which we have already used in IMG SRC, isn't it? That's clear. See, you can see that. Now if I change this height with the 400 change to the 1000, see, the picture will be more and more visible. I change the width as well, that is 1000 by 1000 pixels. See, the picture will be more visible now. You can scroll the picture down and to see the picture is there, right? So this is the case which you have to question yourself whether you want the big picture or a small picture, right? So if I want the size again to the 10 by 10, so you can see the picture is there again with the background and this, isn't it clear? So this is the background attribute, isn't it? So border clear is there, clear, BG clear is clear, okay. The height, width, background, right? We will put an enter to it is easily enabled or easily visible to you people to see this, right? So this is all about your tables. You can make many more tables, you can align the tables everywhere, you can put the tables whenever you want the data is in rows and columns. The requirement for the table is there when the data is in rows and columns. We will do the practical project at the last to see the tables, right? Now for example, what you want the output like this. So name must have two columns, ABC, XYZ. Marks have two further subdivided. Like this type of formation is happen with the help of row span or column span, right? We are using here row span. You have to do nothing, you have to just put where you want the row span. I have used row span is equals to 2, so with the tr side, right, just you have to put there with the values you want to put on that, right? Again you start with the tr, row span is equals to 2. Again you will put the label for the marks and the values td, and next you start the next row for this, right? This is a syntax for row span. In this manner you can make many more formation. If you change the row span with 1, see what will happen, right? It will automatically go to the this, isn't it? If you change it again, and we will put here 3, so what will happen? See, you will save the file and you will run the program. It will not affect. Why? We have not input any data inside it. For this we have to input the data, so we will input again the marks for the data. So tr, then the td here, and then again the marks you want to enter for the third. So you will put, and you will close the td with the closing tr there, isn't it? Is that clear? Okay, save the program and run the program. So do yourself, after watching the video, do yourself all the practicals. If you have any problem, let me in comments so that I can solve that, isn't it? But do yourself practical. Just don't go to just watch the video and that's it. Go for the practicals. Right now if you want the table color here, so bg color is equal to yellow. It's beautiful, very good. You can enhance the all attributes here also, because you can put the all attributes in the table, right? Whether you are making a row span or not, it doesn't matter for the attributes, isn't it? Is that clear? So this is all about your tables, working with the tables, whether it's attributes, whether it's without the attributes. So you have to remember the three basic things, that is table, tr and td. When we talk about anchor tag in HTML, it's very important. Believe me, the anchor tag is very important. Why? Because the anchor tag is a tag which is also called as hyperlink or link. That means anchor tag is hyperlink, which is link between the web pages. That means if I want from one page to another page move around, I have to use an anchor tag, right? That means an anchor tag, you can say, is how you make hyperlink in HTML, right? Syntax is what you have to use: less than sign, you have to use a, you have to use href, and then equals, then the path of the file to hyperlink, then definitely the text you want to click there to reach the next page, and then the closing, as I have already told you that closing must be there with the tag. So this link or this anchor tag is very important whenever we are making in a web page more than web pages. That means not a single web page or not a single web page for a website. For example, we want to visit from one page to another, like img to tab. If we want these two, for example, I have made these two files of HTML and I want to reference these by clicking on something. That means I want these both to files in my website, so I require this anchor tag, isn't it? So what we will do, we will start with a href and we will put the path for the particular file or the particular URL you want to reach. Remember this, you have to put that URL or that path where you want to reach. If I suppose this is a message here, click here for, right, img or image insertion or image file. If I say image insert, right, program, so if I click here, that means I should reach to the img file, img program. I'm putting br here. Why? As I have already told you, br is for breaking the line. I will put again a href. That means what? Reference. H for hyper and ref for reference to the file, for example tab html. That means this is the second link I want to reach there. So this is a text as mentioned in the syntax. Click here for a table program. So here we don't require a break because there is nothing down to this program. So we will close the body and we will close the HTML. We will save the file. Okay, when we save the file, we will give the name definitely to the file, right? So we will again see, we will definitely give the name and we will type the name with the .html, because HTML we require for the web pages, as we have already seen. .txt should not be there, so we will provide the name anchor.html here. Now we are in the HTML file which is called which name? Anchor. So anchor.html is a file and there we have made two links or two pages where we have to visit. So what we will do, we will save the file and we will go to the web browser. Where web browser? Anchor web browser, right? We have opened this Anchor notepad with the HTML tag, right? We will save the file if we have made any changes, then we will go to the web browser. So we will see, yes, the click here for image insert text is there, click here for table program is there, but it is with the hand. That means hyperlinking is there. See how beautiful it is. So we will reach to the particular program where we have inserted the path, right? So this is the linking of files. Whenever you are opening a web browser in internet, you can see these types of links are there. You click on a particular path, it will reach to the particular website. So this is the how they are doing in their programs. So this is the method how you can do, right? Now if you want that every time you are going to the file, you want to come back to the home, so what you want, that means you have to insert again here a link for what? For the original file, for the home file. So what you are doing here, href is equals to then the path for what? For anchor file, because anchor file is the original file and we want to reach there again back, because whenever till now whenever we are opening a img file or table file, it's not again going to the back. No, now we want to go to the back again. Now again we will do for the second file as well, for the tabular file as well as. So we will go to there and we will again use the same thing. What we will do at the closing part we have to do, because after the doing all the program we will type here what? We will type here again the same thing, href for the reference, right, equals to then the complete path you want, and then the where the file is what? Anchor dot this html. Okay, now save the file again. So we are putting a message here, go back, save the file again. Now we will see whether the changes are there or not, right? We will save the file. Okay, now we will again see the all HTML files and we will go to the img file. We have already done this with the double quotes are missing, so we are correcting that. We will save the file and we will see, refresh the screen, we will go to the back for example and see if we click here, if we see the table, we go back, we will go back to the same file again. Isn't it very beautiful? It's looking awesome, and you can feel the effect of website here. So you will see when you are visiting a web browser, now you are able to do the thing. You can see the source code here by right clicking on that to visit the source code. So these are the links for the both, and whenever we are going to the back and we are seeing that all the program is written there, right, and we have just mentioned a one href statement there at the end, right? So this is the concept of linking of files together. Now this is a small project work. This is a very small project to enable all the topics which we have learned to put together in a project. You will see yourself that whether you are able to do that yourself, do the project yourself at your home, right? So we will make the changes with the all attributes and all the topics which we have learned today, right? So we will start with the line at the center with the B for the bold, U for underline, isn't it? So we will type it. This is a small project of different tags. We will save it and we will run the program and we will see the project. It's working. Yes, we have done this, isn't it? So just see what we are doing, right? You will just do in this project. We will insert an image, we will make the list, we will make the table, we will give the colors, right? We'll make the headings, right? See step by step yourself, concentrately, and do the project at your home. See, it's beautiful by changing the color now. One thing you have to remember that every time you have to refresh the screen. We have changed the computer heading with the blue color, isn't it? Now it's showing on the center. Now we want to type the definition of a computer to the left, right? We will close the center tag and we will use a left, left, left tag for the left, and we will type the computer definition. That is, computer is an electronic device which takes input, processes it, and gives output, isn't it? Step by step we are checking the project again whether it's working properly. Yes. Now for example, we don't want this underline now. This underline is only for the topic. So what we will do, we will close the underline as well here, /u. Refresh the screen. Yes, changes are there for the project. Now next, what we want now, what we have already learned about the images, right? Now I want an image to be inserted related to the computers. So either the picture should be in your inside the computer memory, or you can download it from the internet. So I have already used the this image is there, right? So see, the path is there with imgsrc. We have already seen that. So see, now we will put a message here. Right? Save the program and then again refresh the screen, and you can see the label with it. Right, this is in the bottom. If you want the label again, then you will again type the same thing, copy paste. right? Type it here, run it now. See, two labels will be there before and after the image, right? In this way you can make many more experimentations with the image and the label. See, it's looking very good. It's looking like our project. Very good. Now the next, what we will do, we will make some changes again. We will delete the first. For example, we can put it here BR, or we can delete the first. We will put it BR, and we will see now the first one will be at the top and second will be at the bottom, isn't it? Now we will not require the bottom. For example, you can make the practical like this, right? You will put some BR again to separate the things, isn't it? See, BR tag is there. We will put again the BR tag again, because more the spaces are there, more the clear will be there project, right? So we will save the program and we will again see the results. Refresh. Yes, it's looking fine now, right? This is all about your IMG SRC, right? Next, what we have learned? We have learned about what? We have learned about your lists, right? So we can put the list. We have already learned OL and UL. So if I say computer has three parts, three units, which one is that? Processing, input unit and output unit. So we want all the things should be in a list. So we will use OL here. So see how you can, you have to ask yourself the questions and the answer will be there with the tags, right? So you will ask yourself, I have to make a list. So you can't use IMG SRC there. You have to use LI, OL or UL there. Either you want to, unsorted list, unsorted you can say, or ordered list. That's it, right? Run this program. Output unit is there. See, if I run the program, it will prompt me a single error there. So notice it. Before we will rectify it, what will be the error? Error is there. See, 2 is not there, then the 2 is at the bottom. Why so? Because I have made the error LI. Instead of LI, I have put L1. So I will delete the 1 here and I will put LI there. So these are the small changes you have to notice. So save the program, run the program and see. Now the project is again building there. So we have made the list, right? Isn't it? Now you can put it more, attractive manner with the help of font, changing the size. You can change the color as well as, right? Whatever you want for your project. Now it's time for table generation, right? So how we have already learned how we can make the table with the help of table, tr and td, right? So we will again work with the tables now. So we want the table like we have already done. So we just go with the tags. We have use here HR for the horizontal line, right? we will put two horizontal lines to make the program more clear that we are using the different options now with the web page. So we will see the reflection for the HR. HR is for the giving the horizontal line, right, to separate the program. So we are making a heading table for different units, and we are saying table border. See, we have again used TR, right? We will again use, you can say TH if you want headings. So first heading is input unit, right? So we have to close with the TH again. Then the second unit is what? Processing unit. We will make a table for input units, for processing units, and for the output unit. So heading will be like this. So we will put heading first, and we will see the changes in the web browser, right? Now for input unit, what are the input unit? We can categorize it as keyboard, right? So we will say TD here, and then we will use a keyboard here. We have not to use a keyboard as a tag, we will use TD first. So it's wrong, we will mistakenly write it here. We will say TD, then we will type keyboard, and we will close the TD tag, and then we will again use TD. And for the second column is what? Processing. So for processing we will use CPU, right, and then TD, and then we will open again the TD, and then we will close with TD. Before closing we will use monitor, and we will type the monitor here because monitor is a output unit. In the similar manner we can make many more rows for input, processing, and output, right? So first of all we will see this, and then we will again make the changes to the table, right? We will save, we will refresh the screen, and we will see how beautiful the table is, right? Isn't it clear? So in this way we can make many more changes to the table, and we can do many more things, right? For example, now we have used input, processing unit, and output unit as a heading. Now we can make the changes there, and we can use the same thing for the other options as well. So we will copy paste again, as we have already learned the smart work. So we will paste it there, enter, and we will paste. We will just change with the input units. We will take input unit as a mouse here, right? As a mouse is also an input unit, but it is a pointing device, right? Then the CPU, or you can say, you can put here, we can put just ALU and CU. ALU and CU are also used for processing. Then for the monitor we will use the printer. We will type the printer, right? And see, we will save the program, and we will see the effect of the program now. How beautiful the table will be, isn't it? Is that clear? So in this way you can make the projects related to different tags. You can use the tags of previous lecture which we have already learned in our previous video. You can use them in the project, and you can make the project more beautiful and more clear, isn't it? So hope this lecture will be useful to you, and these all tags may be useful to you. So if we go with the anchor tag, we have to use a text here, right? And we will use a path here as we have already learned the path, right? So what we will do, a href, whether it is small or capital, it doesn't mean in your HTML, as I'm again telling you that it is a case insensitive language. You put the tags or you put the text in a capital or a small or in a mix or in a toggle form, it doesn't matter for the HTML. So this is the beauty of the language, because any non-technical person can be easily learn the language, isn't it? So if you click here, it will give you the anchor tag which we have already learned. So in this way you have learned all the tags. In next lecture we will do projects like you are unable to see on the screen. So keep watching and have a good day to all of you, and keep learning. We will meet soon with the next topic with new tags and with a beautiful project as you are enabled to see on the screen